The views and opinions expressed on Beautiful Disasters are those of the panelists and not those of the Geeks Under the Influence Network, their sponsors, or anyone else involved. Also, there is going to be a lot of adult language used on this podcast, so please keep your little kitties away.
Welcome back to Beautiful Disasters. God damn it, we did it again.
And we slipped into it. That's all these new fucking badass movies coming out. Fuck.
This is now, once again, the newest movie.
We went from not doing anything of the current years to, I think this is our third one. Fourth? Yeah.
Because we did Fat Man.
Yep.
And then we did
Uncle Peckerhead
and Psycho Goreman.
Luckily, we had She mixed in there, so that, we had a little mixture of an 80s movie and all this, newer shit.
We're going to alienate people, man.
No, was that the...
We just don't usually do this many back to back.
But when they're shit shows,
yeah.
Like Fat Man, are you kidding me? Holy
Dude,
fuck.
That fucking show was awesome.
Yeah, but it's a shit show. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a giant shit show.
Yeah, Mel Gibson is aged Santa Claus.
Who's a fucking mercenary, basically.
Fighting Walter Goggins. Yeah,
all I'm saying is that I think it's awesome that you could actually find movies that fit in this platform that are still being pumped out.
Dude.
Like, it's amazing.
Well, the funny thing is that the one we're doing tonight had been planned months in advance because of the trailer. You know, Uncle Peckerhead and Psycho Goreman just randomly kind of fell into our laps.
Where were you at? Dude, I was posting trailers of Psycho Goreman like early last year.
Right, but we hadn't really planned on those two. Uncle Peckerhead, Scotty P brought up, so we were like, yeah, we'll get that. We decided let's do it. Psycho Goreman was just a domino effect of Murphy introducing it to Grutz, who then and we immediately had to get an episode out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this one that we're doing tonight, this is the one that first trailer dropped, and absolute guarantee we had to fucking do. But let's go ahead and introduce everybody. Sorry.
Absolutely. All right. As always, I am the Grutz.
F.U. Hunter.
And our guest today is...
What's up, everybody? I'm Lowdown.
Hey, man. What's going on?
What is up? I've been stoking this movie for a long time. I remember the first article, I think Bloody Disgusting dropped it. Yeah. It was talking about Nicolas Cage has just been signed to a movie, and at that point it was called Willy'S Wonderland.
I remember that.
Remember that? And it was like Nicolas Cage gets trapped inside, and it was supposed to be an amusement park, not just like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Where he has to fight possessed demonic animatronics. Now, we'll get into that as these two move forward, but it definitely changed a lot from their initial synopsis. But it's still.
And I thought I was going mad because I was like, I swear to God, it was called Willy'S Wonderland.
It was.
And then it started popping up as like a teaser and then a trailer. I was like, it's Willy'S Wonderland.
There must have been another movie, and they were like,
they just thought it had a better ring or something.
Probably what happened is that they were like, oh, well, we need this much budget. And they're like, well, we're going to give you this much budget. Yeah. And so they were like, okay, so we're not going to have like a full-on carnival situation. We got to make it a little bit smaller.
But the movie tonight, as we've already pretty much brought up, Willy's World came out. Or
Willy's,
sorry.
Wonderland.
Yes. Sorry. But literally just came out on demand, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. It just dropped.
This isn't an SNL skit.
Yeah.
Willy's World.
Willy's World.
Kill some kids. Party time.
Slave ritual suicide. Yeah. Woo.
Oh, man.
We're going to survive this. Not.
Swing.
Swing. There are some swings just with decapitation.
Oh, it would be like stab. I don't know.
This was a bunch of fun.
Oh, God.
Bunch of fun.
Holy shit.
And I got to say, directed by Kevin Lewis, who I really have not seen anything else he's done. Smaller stuff, but he brought it.
Yeah.
And, everything flowed well. I never felt bored in the movie.
Oh, fuck no.
And it clipped along. It was an hour and a half, 90 minutes. Awesome.
You know why you never felt bored through the movie? Let's face it, there was actually a lot of dead air, technically. Nicolas Cage.
Absolutely.
Everything that was dead, he was doing something absurd, like with his body movements, where you're just laughing, because he looked fucking ridiculous. Like when he's playing ping pong, that's a dead scene, but he's just like doing all these weird body gestures, and it was hilarious.
I think Nicolas Cage wanted a new challenge because he's done almost everything up to this point. And he said, I want a movie, but where people are expecting me to cage the fuck out, I'm not going to do that with dialogue.
I'm going to mime it.
I'm going to literally just do it by I fucking everybody and everything in this fucking movie. Because I'm just going to throw this out there. There is not one line of dialogue spoken by Mr. Cage in the entire movie.
And you were waiting.
I kept waiting. I was like, all right, once he says something, I'm going to pause it so we can timestamp it. Not a fucking word.
I got to say, after a certain point, I feel like it was, I don't want to give too much away the movie. I know we're going to actually break it down. But it was at a certain point where there was more than just him in the building.
Right.
Where the initial introduction happened between everybody, and he still didn't say anything. I'm like, okay, I'm not expecting shit the rest of the movie. I just after that point where there was still like 35, 40 minutes of the movie left, and that big scene, he didn't say anything. I'm like, I'm not getting anything from him. Like, I'm just not going to happen.
At least by the end of the movie, it'd be him a big like fuck or something. No, nothing, not even a fuck or anything. And this dude just did a documentary on curse words, and he literally
so good.
He said fuck with his eyes. Is the best way I can put it. All right. Mm-hmm. So let's just fucking dive into this shit.
Absolutely. Right? So Nick Cage plays a character called the janitor.
Yeah,
he has no name.
There's nothing. They never bring up any. They don't even give him a code name or like nothing. No. It literally credits just he's a janitor.
Yeah. The only other person in the movie I recognized was the sheriff, Sheriff Lund, Beth Grant.
Donnie Darko.
She was in Donnie Darko. She was in Little Miss Sunshine.
That's right. Thank you. I was trying to think of the other movie that
she was like the pageant bitch.
Yeah. And Donnie Darko, she's the very concerned about sparkle motion. Yeah, I don't think you're concerned about sparkle motion. And then what was the other one?
He told me to stick the blah 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 card up my anus.
It's always fun too when you see casting like that, where you're just like, I know this person, and as soon as she popped up, I mean, she's not a huge star, but you remember her from other movies.
Like, I remember her being old in Donnie Darko.
I know.
And then when I saw her in this, I'm like, wow. But then I'm also like, wait, Donnie Darko was like 2002. Again, 19 years ago. Okay, fair. Damn. If you were in your 40s then, you're like right at 60 something now.
That's true.
So fair enough. Never mind.
Patrick Stewart's been 50 for 30 years.
No, he's not. He looks old.
He looks old now.
I guess, but not that much. I mean,
he looks pretty old.
You're just thinking about him at Logan, where they made him look old as shit.
No, I'm talking about the thing I saw where answered Google's most asked questions. He looked old as shit.
All right, I'll give you that.
I mean, in Picard, he looks old.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, I guess I haven't watched that. So
yeah, they're shooting the second season right now.
Oh shit.
Ooh. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so Cage's Camaro. He has a sweet SS
My dick got so hard at that car,
Camaro. I honestly feel like his character should have had like an old '68 Camaro, like a muscle car.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Drive Angry.
No, as
like the movie Drive Angry. He had that. He had those cars in Drive Angry. Yeah.
As opposed to the new one, but whatever. Those things are expensive restored. Anyway, he breaks down because some jackasses put some fucking tire spikes on the road.
Yeah. Like takes out all 4 tires.
Yeah, not just one.
Fucks his car up. He ends up getting a tow from a local. And then we cut to...
right before we get to his first scene, we do get a quick introduction in the movie with this couple wearing Willy Wonderland shirts, running around covered in blood, and then you hear screaming, and then it fades to black.
One gets drug away.
Yeah, drug away, and then you see...
Right.
Yeah. Not that important, because we all, going into this, already knew what was going to happen.
A little preview of what to come.
But I do want to mention, also before we get too far in, is that I actually really dug the theme music of when it shows him just driving before the spikes drop.
Oh, yeah.
It was very 80s theme, very synth, and I thought that was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I really don't know what I was expecting, maybe because I knew it was going to be a adrenaline rush shit show that I thought maybe more like rock or something, but it was just nice 80s kind of callback theme music, and I thought that was really cool.
Oh, and there's a moment near the end that we will never get into where they pick the fucking perfect song. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah.
So we got a scene. Random girl, don't know who she is, at this point, trying to set fire to this building, Willy's Wonderland. And she ends up getting fucking arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Taken in, and
it seems like the sheriff already instantly recognized. She's like,
she knows
like,
her.
What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah. So, cut to a few hours later, and Cage is basically given an offer by the owner of Willy's Wonderland.
Well, hold on. The mechanic's going through, and he gives an estimate, the cost of the towing, replacing the tires, and everything. He's like, nah, it's gonna be about $1,000. Cage pulls out, as we all would do, his fucking credit card, and he's like, oh, cash only. And then Cage looks, and there's an ATM that's fucking nasty as shit, and he goes like, oh, this town doesn't have internet. Like, I only do cash on hand ahead of time. I wouldn't even fucking work on your car. So, what the fuck do you, like, what would any of us do? No credit card, no ATM. Nobody drives around, for the most part, with a fucking $1,000 in their pocket.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, and most people don't.
And that's where then we see what the setup is, which is enrolls Tex.
Yep. He's the fucking owner, and gives him an offer. It's like, and apparently this is the offer everyone gets.
Yep.
Yes.
Then we start to learn.
But yeah, I was gonna say, and you know, he and the mechanic are in cahoots. But did you notice? Like, it took me a second. At first, I thought that the mechanic had like one of those small cigarillos that he was chawing on, just not smoking, like a lot of cigar smokers sometimes
we brought
do.
that up.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, it's a fucking meat stick.
Yeah.
He's just not even eating. He's just like has a meat stick in his mouth.
He's chewing on a Slim Jim.
Dude. Yep. But like, it's not even chewing. Like, if he takes it out, it's not even like chewed on. He's just like holding it in his mouth.
He's just sucking on meat all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's just one of those meat lovers.
Like, and I remember when I finally noticed that, I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think
I don't know why.
Sort of noticed it and brought it up near the end where we were like, that's a sausage leak or some shit.
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck. Sorry, I had to.
But yeah, so pretty much Tex owns Willy's Wonderland, and yeah, the whole setup is they get people in there to help clean up the joint, and we do get a quick shot while they're in the mechanics the shop of this whole thing of missing signs, and it's like a fuck ton of people, like kind of like a la Lost Boys.
Right.
There's some shady shit that goes around here.
Well, even Tex kind of explains that, like, there was this accident.
Yeah.
We need to, clean the place up, maybe, spruce it up a little bit, rebrand, whatever, and I need you to clean the place. I'll pay for your car.
Yeah.
You clean it overnight, I pay for your car. And that's the gist of the deal.
Mind you, again, no actual dialogue for Nick Cage. He just nods in agreement.
Yeah.
Not like any kind of that sounds good or no. Literally just okay. And then he eye fucks everybody. So
now I've got to say that what you find out later, and what you there's foreshadowing towards early at the beginning of the mechanic shop about all the missing signs, is that this happens yearly. You find this out that it happens yearly.
Right.
There was way too much dirt and dust in that fucking place for it to be cleaned every fucking year.
I feel like some people, A, are probably taking their sweet ass time, or B, get killed pretty fucking fast.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You think?
Motherfuckers can't clean like Cage can clean.
Yeah.
That janitor is badass.
Well, he was cleaning, killing.
Yeah. Well, he had a system. He had an alarm set, and he had a system that he would clean, detail the fuck out of shit, and then stop, drink his energy drink.
Yeah.
And then he discovers a pinball.
Oh, it wasn't an energy drink. It was a soda.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a soda.
It was some kind of like
punch pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a fist on it, which was
maybe it was some kind of a jolt. Like,
oh yeah, that's what. Jolt. It was like a jolt.
It had to have been, because like he was getting zazzed on that shit.
One of the things that made me crack up is they bring him to the store, and before he even goes in there, they have the logo sign there, and there's this moment where Cage just stares at it as he's been evil staring at everybody else, and just stares at the fucking sign like, fuck you, sign. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing, and nothing's actually happened yet. So, but now we get him inside.
As he walks inside, the tow truck dude's like, "Good luck, buddy."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And they
"All
pretty much, at this point, once
dick.
he's in, they throw the chain on the door, and they're like, I guess we'll come back tomorrow. And
I can't stand to hear a grown man scream. That's
Yeah.
literally what Ted said.
Yep. And he just starts going.
Yeah. And you get a few hints because when he's in there, he's starting up, and you see a couple, as like Chuck E. Cheese or those places, all the animatronics are on stage, and as he's starting to clean, you can see them slightly start to move a little bit, but just a little hints of like there's a little bit of moving around, kind of the little start of fucking with him, I guess, is the way it works.
And he gets a shirt. Well, he gets probably a stash of shirts.
He just keeps going and taking them.
Tex gives him a shirt, which is kind of, I don't know why. He's like, if you're going to clean, you're the only person in here, and you're going to be locked in, but make sure you wear.
It was to seal the deal, like you're a Wally World employee.
Yeah, exactly.
You're officially on staff.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you're officially on staff. That's what he said. I think it was to be funny.
I'll be honest. I was like, "There's no fucking way he's wearing it," but no, Cage puts it on. He
took that shit seriously.
Yeah, he's wearing that shirt. It's a fucking tidy, fucking like one of those '80s style,
it's fucking.
Yeah, it was
the retro shirts that cost $5 more when you go to buy a T-shirt.
Because it's got like a ribbed sleeve cuff and shit.
But he discovers in the kitchen, and I fucking love this cover that's all covered up, and he pulls the cover off, a fucking pinball machine in the fucking kitchen, because he's got his routine, and when his watch alarm goes off, no matter what the fuck he's doing, he stops, has his soda break, and then once he discovered that pinball, it's soda, pinball, and then alarm goes off again, back to work. He is throughout this movie very on that set schedule, no matter what is happening.
I swear to God, he had taken a break every hour.
Yeah.
Like a 10-minute break every hour.
Mm-hmm. He crushed it when he wasn't breaking, though. It was ridiculous.
Oh,
he was
dude.
Fucking insane.
Dude, hire that guy. Hire that guy at any restaurant, man.
So what I was happy about is I was a little bit worried that we're going to have a lot of drag time. But he starts cleaning. He takes his first break, discovers the pinball machine, comes back out to the lobby. Bam. There's that fucking crazy-ass ostrich thing that literally greets him by saying, "I'm going to feast on your face!"
Yep.
And didn't the song start? Like, it's your birthday,
oh, yeah, that
and we're going to have fun.
Yeah, but he just flipped the switch. But
he turned it off.
Yeah.
And then,
but then the ostrich is literally in his fucking face saying, "I'm going to feast on your face." And
he goes to town.
Cage acts like he's dealt with this before. He doesn't react at all. He says, "Didn't I fuck you when I first walked into this building?" And he fucking beats the shit out of it and then rips its head off, and almost like it had an animatronic spinal cord that he rips out with it.
Yep.
And one of my favorite things with this movie is that there's these badass kills, but they're animatronics. But they explain, okay, we can't have blood, but we can have fucking oil that sprays just like blood all over Nicolas Cage.
Black gook everywhere.
Yeah. So good. So good.
So even that first kill, he's not too bad, but he's got enough black oil blood all over his shirt. So
gotta change his shirt.
Gotta change his shirt.
Go back to cleaning.
And then we get the let's play hide and seek situation, where I guess the song starts up again and there's multiple characters moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess
he kind of says fuck it and goes to the bathroom and starts cleaning there.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, because he goes to the bathroom, and
my
then
favorite kill, by the way.
When he comes back, he goes out of the bathroom, and then when he comes back in on the mirror, because the song's playing, he goes back to the mirror, and in blood it says, "It's your birthday."
Yeah.
And then you hear some talking,
or something like that. Yeah.
And he's kicking the stall. One stall, nothing. Next stall, nothing.
Third stall, nothing.
And then fourth stall, apparently nothing, but then
Gorilla kicked to the fucking
I don't remember
ribs.
what his name was.
I only have Gorilla kicked to the ribs. It was so good.
Yeah. And
man.
You get Cage versus fucking Gorilla.
Yep.
And it kind of reminded me of that fucking last Mission Impossible movie with fucking Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're slamming the dude's head into the fucking mirror.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
The Fallout. It's in the bathroom scene. Yeah.
So it's like that, but replace both those actors with Nick Cage and a gorilla, and you have the same thing.
Yep.
Except Cage is like, when he's fucking done, probably my favorite kill of this.
This is my favorite kill.
He fucking puts Gorilla's head on the
he
fucking
curb
urinal.
stomps on a urinal, dude.
Oh, dude, that was so harsh.
On a urinal. Come on, man.
And again, you don't have blood, you have oil, but we all know, like, yeah, he fucking curb stomped the fuck out of that gorilla.
And I do want to make one reference to the first kill with the ostrich, where the fuck that bird was. That there was a Bruce Lee moment. Because when the ostrich first nipped his face, because remember, he's wearing a Band-Aid after that when he's cleaning the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah.
It draws out one line of blood.
He's duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape.
Duct tape solves everything for him.
After he gets the cut, you do a close-up of his face and he does the blood touch. And then he just goes to town on the ostrich thing. I just thought that was really awesome.
Yeah.
That was probably Nick Cage thing. Like, I need to do a Bruce Lee montage right here.
So one thing, so we get away from Willy's Wonderland for a second.
Oh yeah.
Where the girl that got arrested for trying to set fire to it, the sheriff is her mom, and instead of taking her to jail, we see that she's taking her back to their trailer, of course, and handcuffed her to the fucking trailer. So then we see a scene where her friends roll up to the trailer
and spring
her out, and they go, "Oh man, we need to fucking do this." Like, it's weird that, like, they know about all these killings, but they were like, all right, now we need to fucking take out this place. So they're like, they spring her out of the trailer, and they're like, all right, let's go and fucking, they need to save, they know there's a person in there, Nick Cage.
Right.
And they need to get him out, and then they need to burn that place to the fucking ground.
Right. And it's a weird crew of friends. Like, it's like kind of all over the place. You know, they got like the slutty girl.
Oh god, yeah, they got the slutty girl. They got the gangster dude,
with
like
the dreads,
yeah,
and
the naive guy who's kind of shy. Obviously, he likes our main
He's in love.
girl.
He's a love burdened, character.
And then the nerdy friend that's wearing glasses.
Right,
I don't know how else to put it. Like, I can't think of what else he does.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
But they're like, all right. So they roll up to there, and it's funny because she sees Nick Cage through the window, and she's like, we're gonna get you out, and he's just like, fuck off. He just eye fucks her, and then just goes back to cleaning. Like, he's just like, no, I'm good. Like,
he's like, I'm getting my car fixed.
It's like, I've already killed two. It's fine.
Yeah, but he's just like, no. And so instead of being like, well, fuck this asshole, we tried to save him, let's just, I guess he was gonna get killed anyway, let's burn the place. Right. She has to save him. So, which, by the way, fuck all of her friends. Because, like, we need to go in there. And they're like, yeah, good luck. And then she has to go in through one of the biggest movie tropes that we always talk about, which is
giant-ass ducts.
Yeah, the giant fucking air ducts that are always big enough for a person to get through. And honestly, most of the time on their fucking knees and, like, look around, have a little, elbow space, like.
All right, two things. Tying to that, that duct work was way too fucking clean.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry.
Oh, as a
way too
condition of the restaurant,
clean.
like the whole thing was covered in dust.
It would have been so gross in there.
Yeah.
And two, remember they already had their eye fuck moment earlier in the movie when the mechanic drives them through to see the sheriff.
That's right.
And like they literally have an elongated eye fuck. I think she was like dripping and going into the trailer.
That was his introductory eye fuck. Then later on, that was his reminding her eye fuck. Like, don't you remember? I fucked you earlier. I'm not fucking going anywhere. Like, yes, I recognize you. I'm giving you a reminder eye fuck, all right?
Oh, my God. Yeah, so she goes up into the ducts. The rest of the crew gets up on the roof.
Yeah, the roof. What the fuck?
And
they fall through
They fall fucking through the roof. So everyone's in there now.
Yeah.
Everyone's in the place, and they can't get out.
They landed in the ball pit. Of course.
Yeah.
You land in the ball pit whenever you fall through a roof.
Naturally.
That's how that works.
And we find as she's going through the vents, she hears something and realizes that the crocodile animatronic is behind her, and she luckily gets into, I don't remember which room it was, like had a weird force. I think it was
right.
Oh, it was the Sprite or the fairy fucking room or
whatever. So she makes it in there, but then her dumbass friends are on the roof. Fucking it collapses. It was funny because it was gangster dude that was like, fuck this, I'm out of here, and then literally again, I don't know why y'all decided to hang out on the fucking roof of this like beat to shit fucking building.
Man, I have no fucking clue, but we're getting into like this is where the movie really revs up.
Oh yeah.
It gets fucking bananas.
Plus, I appreciate this because now we've thrown in a bunch of red shirts. All right, we all know.
Oh yeah.
All these fucking kids are not making it. So thank you, because now we have some kills. Because as entertaining as it is seeing Nick Cage kill these fucking animatronics, you don't want to see them kind of at work and why they're so dangerous.
Which, by the way, they're impressed that he has 2 trash bags of dead animatronics over by the front door.
Oh yeah. One of them was like,
those are like trophies.
Cool. Like it was like, whoa.
But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but things kind of start pretty soon after that. Like I think the sexy girl and the gangster dude go off
to the kill room. The what do they call it? The
birthday room.
The birthday room. Super happy fun room.
Fun room.
Real quick though, I did want to bring up that before the roof, they fall through the roof. The whole thing is I guess the main kind of naive guy, Chris, is they're kind of figuring out the whole reason he wants to go in to save her is because he has a crush on her. And gangster dude's like, kissing that ass ain't gonna get you that ass, and then falls through the fucking roof. Yeah. Kissing that ass, because he's saying how he wants to fucking be.
No, I understand that. I'm just to say it the way you said it.
Kissing the ass ain't gonna get you the ass. Yeah.
You sound remedial.
I just wrote it word for word, motherfucker.
No, but when he said it sounded cool. You just sound remedial. Is what I'm trying to get.
I'm just reading off what he said. Yeah, I no time will I ever try to be gangster. I am not going to be a gangster at any time. Okay, guys?
No, but see, that's sounding white. You sounded short bus.
Well, you're right next to me, dude. I am not going to try my best. I am just giving an interpretation of it. I should have had you read it, honestly. So,
all right, I had to fuck with you.
Oh yeah, dance, dance for me.
Yeah,
read it for me.
Seriously, dance for me.
Read it for me.
All right, hey, fuck. All right, but yeah, so you're Grutz, you're right.
Christ.
That gangster dude and slutty chick going to the fucking super happy fun room where all the killings happened we didn't go into that.
I was going to say, we have the origin of exactly why this place was fucked up.
Oh, yeah, the little bit of exposition right there. Yeah.
Which is, honestly, I appreciate this. So, they have, the place first opens, and again, it's your Chuck E. Cheese. The only weird thing is that it's run by a fucking serial killer. And not only run by a serial killer, but then eventually he calls all of his friends that are serial killers to also work in this fucking
all of his staff
place.
Is in his
but he's like training them apparently. Like they make it sound like he's like fucking coaching them. Yeah. And like just making them flourish and flower into beautiful serial killers.
It's just weird, like pre-internet, that serial killer was able to find so many serial killer friends.
It took longer. It's kind of like back in the day, metal bands used to have to send tapes across the country through a magazine. They just had to put out ads.
Yeah, exactly.
With code words.
Looking for people that like to murder children. I don't know exactly how he got it, but he found seven? Yeah, 6 or 7.
There's 7 of them total. So 6.
Yeah, 6 common serial killers that wanted to murder children to work at Willy'S.
And worship Satan.
And when they were all going to get caught, they had a ritual satanic suicide when the cops came, but their consciousness all went into the animatronics.
Yep.
Magically.
Yeah.
So that's the plot.
And then at that point, their souls.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hey, we've all watched the original Child's Play. You can do a ritual and go into whatever is right near you.
Yeah, but that was intentional. They were not trying to do that intentionally.
Can you imagine what a fuck you? You're like, now I will be in the underworld, and then you look and your hands are all fuzzy, and you're like, oh fuck,
it's your birthday, and they're going.
I fucking hate the song. But then shit. I guess they explained that it was shut down after that because they murdered a bunch of fucking kids before the cops.
Families, too.
Yeah, before the cops rolled up there and they and so it was shut down for a while. And then good old Tex, I don't know what his last name is.
Tex is fine.
Yeah, but he decides, hey, let's open this joint back on up. And then that's when they start having another bunch of incidents where the animatronics are getting a little handsy, and then one fucking takes a chomp out of a fucking kid, and then...
That was an awesome scene, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
This is like gnawing, and the kid just stands there screaming. You wouldn't run. You just got bit by an animatronic. You're just going to stand there?
I can't believe it. You're in Chuck E. Cheese, baby. No, but I guess what they worked out is that once a year, they're going to bring some poor schmuck or poor couple or whatever it is in, to do the overnight cleaning, and that's going to be the ritual sacrifice.
Well, because they found out the animatronics were leaving Willy's Wonderland and killing the townspeople. Yes. And so the sheriff and Tex, they made a deal that like, stop fucking murdering townspeople. And again, in no time do they go, maybe we should destroy these things. Yeah. Let's make deals with these things. But hey, stop murdering townspeople. We'll give you victims. Just stay in your fucking restaurant.
That's honestly, after this part of the film, that's all I could think of. I mean, I enjoyed all of this movie, but I was just like,
it's pretty lazy.
Nicolas Cage is doing it systematically one by one. What the fuck was your problem? Like, you have, anything, you have fucking shotguns. Like, you can destroy a fucking animatronic with a shotgun. Yeah. It's got a really big blast radius.
You call a few deputies and a few people
have a party.
From other fucking counties and just raid that place. Or just burn it to the ground.
With
all the damn things in it.
But if you just destroy the animatronics, then you can still preserve the building and actually reopen it, which is what the bullshit they were feeding in the first place. Right. Like, I mean, I just feel like that's where you go to automatically, is just that we're going to murder people yearly instead of killing and just destroying the animatronics.
It's an absurd concept, but
it's amazing.
But it's a Nick Cage movie, and it's beautiful.
Reason,
it's awesome.
Yeah, and for some reason, you just like, makes sense to me. Yeah, your soul's going to animatronics, and towns have to make deals so that they stop killing townsfolk. Yeah. It all makes sense.
It's cool. Perfect.
But all right, this is where we see how much of a commitment Nick Cage has to his breaks. Because when the kids first get down there, they're greeted by Nighty Night, who looks like the fucking knight from Ghosts and Goblins.
Like she's like a ninja elf or something, right?
No. The Nighty Night, the dude with the armor with the beard. But they're all in the lobby. Nighty Night shows up, fucking stabs one of the kids right through the fucking chest.
Yeah, like the nerve.
Oh, that was the love struck bitch.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah. But you're hearing all this, and then it cuts to Nick Cage, who it's still break time. So he is playing pinball, drinking a soda. He's like, I know people are being murdered, but motherfucker's on his break. Y'all gotta wait.
And that motherfucker's union, and he's not even union.
I do not lift a fucking finger.
Oh no!
He's like, I'm on my fucking break.
Oh, he's union.
Because once his break, and then his alarm goes off again, and then he goes out there, fucking grabs the sword that the fucking Nighty Night had, and decapitates that motherfucker quick as shit. Which I'm guessing the dude that got stabbed in the chest is like, you couldn't have done this fucking like 5 minutes earlier.
Or also, don't be a bitch and like, I don't know.
Yeah, die by Nighty Night. Yeah.
How about don't get killed by the night? Yeah. I'm just saying.
You can probably outrun, except for the ninja elf, you can probably outrun most of these things.
Yeah. The ninja elf is a fucking beast. She was a beast.
That one was like the animatronics quality in there. Like, obviously somebody stole some shit from like ILM or something,
I will say though with her that it was the most kind of more unbelievable. Not that this whole movie is believable, but I mean, as far as if you're gonna put yourself in that world, you just gotta go in. You just go into it.
Right.
So within this world, she was the least believable because she actually talked, but she talked and you could tell it was a face mask over a body versus being in a suit.
Yeah.
So the mouth didn't move. Whereas Wally
didn't really look like an animatronic.
Where Willy had a mouth that moved, and the gorilla did. Everyone else's mouth moved. Hers did not.
Everybody's bodies were a lot more exaggerated. Like her head was, but the rest of her body just.
But you knew it was somebody with a mask.
Yeah.
So that kind of.
Yeah, the only way I can rationalize that is that they got the upgrade on that one, and they got like the Dick Smith level, like Jim Henson level, like awesome animatronic,
Yeah.
But oh shit, where are we at? All right.
Meanwhile, that happens, and then two are in the fuck room.
Gangster and Birthday Girl, because since they're in Super Happy Fun Room, which is the birthday room, she is the slut of this group, says, "Well, she's running the birthday thing, and she says, well, I can get into my birthday suit," and then that's what Gangster's
she says,
we're gonna go fuck.
First she says, "Is it weird that this is turning me on?"
Yeah. And you're like, is it that you're in a child's birthday room, or that children were murdered here, or that dudes committed rituals?
Which one is it?
Suicide? Which part?
All
of
the three.
Yeah.
Check the boxes.
But
all three.
As you know, every time you have a large group of teenagers in any horror movie, you're gonna have two branch off. So they're gonna fuck. I mean, yeah.
Well, also, it's a known fact that crazy bitches fuck awesome.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
But why? We already have a rated R movie. Why didn't we get any titties?
Yeah.
They looked amazing.
I think they were all supposed to be underage.
It's never stopped a Friday 13th movie. God damn it!
Yeah,
I know.
Is that where PC culture's got us? Because I'm really fucking angry about that. Fuck that. I don't give a shit. All the actors and actresses are 20-something. Give me them titties.
If this was a shit movie, I would probably be more upset. But, okay. They didn't give it to us. Oh, well, whatever.
There were 2 scenes of her riding him.
That's true.
Where we could have got titties.
That's true.
It wasn't like one fleeting scene. There was like a pan around the room strictly of her riding him. Twice. No
but
titties.
some of that was the
Sorry,
setup, too,
I got a bitch
where
about that.
she keeps bringing up, hey, something's in the room with us, and he gives 2 shits. He's like, what the fuck ever.
I get my dick wet.
Yeah,
bitch.
I don't really care.
Don't stop.
Well, maybe you should have cared, because the next you know, that fucking croc animatronic bites the fuck out of him.
I'm sorry, but he actually looks over when she says something, and the croc hasn't moved yet.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything.
He's in the middle of fucking. I mean, yeah.
But this fucking had stopped because she's looking at him. He doesn't try to move or anything. He just watches it run up to him and bite him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe we're just too jaded, but we've seen so many movies that I feel like in any given scenario, if it looks fucked up, I am going the complete opposite way. Post haste, Speedy Gonzalez. I'm leaving a smoke trail.
I mean, first of all, I'm always of the opinion that take off, nuke it from orbit.
Yeah,
That's the only way to be sure.
It's the only way, sure.
I would have been like, if I was that crew of kids and be knocking on the window, hey, get the fuck out, we're gonna get you out, whatever. And he just walks away. I'd be like, all right, just set the fire.
Plus,
dude, it's aliens all day. Aliens all day.
We established that from the beginning, all these kids know that people are murdered in this thing the minute they're in there. So did they just become stupid when they came in there because they knew people were getting murdered?
Yeah.
You know what? How about we fuck anywhere else besides in the building where people get murdered? Nope. Or we just fuck and they get what they got.
You got to have the couple that fucks get killed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's horror religion.
But you just think they'd be able to go, how about we just this one time wait the 20 minutes when we can hopefully escape this building and then get our fuck on? No, they want to fuck in the birthday room. So that's what they get.
Killer Croc kills the fuckers.
Yep, and then rolls in fucking Cage. Yeah, and I'm trying to think. There's obviously we brought it up with Hatchet, but there's a certain way if you take a person's mouth and pull it back, and Kong did it, and fucking
Godzilla did it.
Yeah, Godzilla, where you just rip back, and that's what fucking Cage does with the fucking Croc animatronic. He just grabs his mouth, widens it, and then rips out his fucking throat.
Because he had to widen it enough to break it to where it couldn't close. Then he rips out I don't know, it wasn't a spine, it was some random part.
That's what I'm saying. It was just
I don't know.
Whatever.
But
whatever was important to it. That was covered in black oil.
It happens because they were him and the main chick who he eye fucked previously. Him and his eye fucked love cross, love struck, whatever. We're walking down the hallway and heard girly, slutty girl screaming because, like I said, he attacked Dude Man. Well, she hopped off at that point and starts running towards the door. But then Nicolas Cage couldn't save the slut because when he opens up, she's just wasted away.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I think that happened right before that is we cut to that Chris motherfucker, that naive, and he's hiding, but he calls the sheriff, who the first time he calls, she answers the phone, and she's like, pretty much, well, y'all dumb motherfuckers, you weren't supposed to be in there anyway. And
well, no, first she's like, no.
Yeah.
Doesn't even acknowledge it. Nope.
And then sitting with her is her obviously going to be killed at some point in this movie, deputy.
I got a wife and a baby.
Who brings up his wife and his baby.
He got sent from another county.
I know.
For that night. Wasn't even his county.
As Bruce and I were watching this, as soon as he said that, we were like, that's one dead motherfucker. Because you can't announce that in a movie like this. You know he's going to die at some point.
I'm 2 weeks from retirement.
Exactly.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Same
but
shit.
pretty much, I guess after a while, her conscience gets the best of her because she's like, I guess we should roll over there and I guess see what kids are still alive.
Sort it out.
Yeah, sort it out.
It was just like, why the hell are they even in there?
So then we get to that Chris dude, and there's the Chameleon Animatronic. Is that what that thing is?
Was that the one?
He's in the arcade.
Yeah, was that the one with head, shoulders, knees, and toes? Was that part?
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and they had the tongue thing.
Yeah, had the tongue thing.
Yeah.
So, but of course, it's like, hey, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm not like the rest of them.
Yeah, I'm the cool animatronic.
They pick on me. They call me ugly and yada yada.
This dumb motherfucker. He had a hiding spot, and he's like, all right, you know what? I can trust this animatronic that, even though all the other ones have murdered people through the years, this is the good one. No, fucking dumbass. And then it fucking throws his tongue around there, and kind of a weak kill though, just snaps his neck. I was kind of hoping for more, but then it turns around, and there's, her name's Liv, I believe.
Yeah,
the final girl.
Yeah, we kept calling her the final girl, but I guess her name's Liv, which is the ironic thing because we find out why she gets that name. But it's her and Nick Cage, and the chameleon turns around, and I can't remember what she says, but Nick Cage gets in a fight stance and I'm about to fuck you up. Beep, 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 beep. But then his alarm goes off. He's like, he takes out the fucking knife,
her stiletto, hands it back to her.
Yeah, hands it back to her. I'm on break. He is so committed to the breaks that even at that moment where he's like, I'm going to fuck this thing up that's trying to kill us. Wait, soda break, pinball break. And literally then you have where she's fighting it, and you cut to Cage having his pinball, having a good time, because he still has break time.
No, again, Nick Cage went Union. Because that
is like the fucking... The goddamn steam horn in his brain went up. Break time. It's just like fucking.
And she's barely fighting this thing off. But guess what? Breaks over. Another alarm goes off. He grabs some cabling, goes in there, fucking
lassos her ass.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
God damn, man.
Fuck you, bitch.
Then the fucking sheriff shows up, and she walks in there.
What a cunt.
And she freaks out, and not in the, oh my god, there's people that have been murdered here, but, oh my god, you've hurt some of the animatronics.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Come to find out, and that's where
I'm doing your job for you, bitch.
Yeah, and that's where she delves into, the deal that the town has with with Willy, that, they'll serve people up, and, you're fucking everything up. So she arrests Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puts him in handcuffs.
She puts him in handcuffs and leaves him in the room.
Yeah.
And that's also where you find out that Liv was a survivor of one of the sacrifices. Yeah. Well, the last couple we saw at the intro, that's where the tie-in was.
Yeah.
Remember that couple we saw at the very beginning of the movie? That was what they found left over after they killed the parents.
Yeah.
Now, Liv has my favorite line that is blatantly stolen from one of my favorite comics. Yeah, because she looks at.
I was waiting. Someone to bring that up.
I'm running your Rorschach moment, because she says, she's explaining, I think, to the deputy. Or she's like, he's not trapped in there with them. They're trapped in there with him. And I'm like,
yes, no, that was totally a Watchmen line.
You didn't even have to do that.
But you did.
Thank you.
But you
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, that was so good. That was so good.
Badass.
And I want to say, at some point there was a pinball montage when the sheriff is over top of it. That goddamn son of a bitch. All he had to do was die.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, all he had to do was die. Holy fuck.
But we get into I guess at this point, or wait, are we missing one?
Well, he's able to. So Siren and the one of the other animatronics are like
the mariachi.
The mariachi. Well, mariachi leaves with the deputy and Liv. So
it's Chameleon because they unwrapped the cable, so it didn't actually get killed. So you have those two in a handcuffed cage, and they're like, okay, now we're about to take revenge. But
meanwhile,
then it cuts to the
mariachi and deputy would Liv.
Yeah, you cut to the deputy who's talking, and we're just waiting for it. And what do you know? As they're driving down the road, he's driving Liv back to her trailer.
Yeah.
Fucking claw comes down, fucking slashes his fucking throat. They crawl, and the commitment with the mariachi was a turtle where.
It was so bad.
It's so blatant, but it's also he's speaking in Spanish, but exaggerated like cartoon.
Oh yeah, because they have the subtitles.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
where literally she kicks it and goes, "I ate my balls."
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, and it's
dude,
subtitles.
That shit was hilarious.
My cojones.
Like, that shit was hilarious. I was dying. Come on,
dude.
man. You can't. That's perfect. That's
that
perfect.
Shit was hilarious.
Oh.
But we then cut back to Nick Cage, who still hands tied, and he's standing there facing off, and he has to have another badass moment. So he goes over to the jukebox and fucking kicks it, and then the song comes on, and it's fucking head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
That's what it is.
That was his anthem to kill the fuck out of these two.
That's all he used was head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
But it was like a rock and roll version.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
This is badass.
He Fonzied the shit out of that jukebox and then killed the fuck out of them.
And he just broke his damn handcuffs.
Yeah.
He just beats it like.
Yeah.
And you get another. Then he had to have another break.
That's right.
And then we get like the best pinball part.
That's the pinball montage.
Yes,
you get the close-ups.
The song with Willy Wonderland, like literally Willy Wonderland, like 80s rock anthem song. Oh God, it was beautiful.
Oh,
and that's where you see him go full Cage at the pinball, because he's like just doing his weird head tilts and his fucking power fisting and all this shit.
Many moments
oh God, it's so good. It was so good.
That was like his silent freak out, a la breaking up the pool ball table in Mom and Dad.
Yes, no, exactly.
It was that.
Just
it was
without any noise.
But after that, he finishes up.
Oh, he beat the pinball.
Yeah,
like, he beat pinball. That's what it was too.
He got over 10 million or whatever it was.
So
like where the score like went over.
Yeah.
And it reset.
And he's like,
and then he takes and just finishes up cleaning the place. And I mean, the fucking place looks like.
But all that's left.
Oh yeah, so and then there's Willy.
There's a line right to Willy.
And then we cut to the sheriff.
The sheriff comes back.
She comes back and she's parked outside of there. And then
that's when she delivers a line. Goddamn son of a bitch, all you had to do was die.
Yeah.
Because he walks out to throw away, and then like fucks her on the way back in.
Almost an I fuck smirk.
Yeah.
Because he goes and dumps 2 bags of dead animatronics into the dumpster, and then sees her and just eye fucks, and then there's a slight smirk like, oh, what, you think I was gonna fucking die, bitch?
And then walks back in.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And she goes in, and fucking Willy just tears her in
like
half.
2 seconds. She rolls up in there, she goes in, and she's like, you're fucking everything up, and like slice in half. Just instantly Willy's like,
badass.
dead bitch. Yeah.
By the way, dude, we got the big bad now, right? We got the big bad. And
he's the head honcho.
That fight scene was fucking like.
And he was just clawing the fuck out of Cage, like, whoa.
Yeah, Cage took a lot of fucking
I think we discovered
damage.
That, by the way, every time he's killed one, because he's covered more and more by the oil, he changes his shirt. He found the shirt stockpile, but this is apparently his last shirt. So, yeah, and this is go-to because he is going at Willy as clawing the fuck out of him, fucking him up pretty bad. So.
Yeah, he's taking some damage.
He like kicks him into a corner, but he gets the fuck up. And what does he grab? He grabs a burlap sack, puts the last of his fucking energy pops in there, and then like
the broom handles.
It's like a broom handle that was broken. Ties both pieces together with some
There's
tape.
a movie from the 80s, early Sean Penn movie called Bad Boys.
Yes.
Where he's in like prison or juvenile or whatever, and literally Clancy Brown and this other dude are supposed to beat the fuck out of him in a cell, and he goes and he buys like 5 cans, puts it in his pillowcase, and so when I seen that scene, I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Well, also, I mean, it's Full Metal Jacket callback with a soap party where they put one bar of soap.
True.
Now it's granted 1 bar of soap versus 5 bars of soap.
And that's why I referenced Bad Boys, because he literally,
I've never seen that.
He literally keeps going through the vending machine. And he just grabs a bunch of cans, brings it back to his room.
Sean Penn and Clancy Brown.
Yeah, early Sean Penn, Clancy Brown, and literally like he's getting bullied, and then they're going to go in the cell because he tells them to fuck off and beat the shit out of him. And he first swing breaks Clancy Brown's nose with that fucking bag of cans.
I bet it did.
Yeah,
it's a fucking bag of soda.
And so when I saw this, it was and I was like, oh, he's gonna fuck Willy up.
And he does.
Yes, he does.
He absolutely busts Willy to fucking pieces.
It was awesome.
It was such a badass.
Oh, man.
And then he rips his fucking head off. Like,
just the final.
And I love again, it's happened a few times, but he rips Willy's head off. The fucking Tarantino blood effect, but with oil spraying up, covering the whole stage behind him with fucking blood oil.
So good, dude. I mean, what an amazing way though. I know this was said earlier in the beginning of the episode, but I've got to give the director props even more because just what a badass way to do it, to make the killing of animatronics still just horrifically gory.
Yeah,
what better way?
No, it's
genius.
Everything I wanted.
Yeah.
From this concept.
Oh.
So then we cut to the next morning, and there's
you see Tex
doing burnouts. The fucking mechanics doing burnouts with the Camaro.
Yep. And the mechanics, he's there.
He meets up with the mechanic. Holy shit! Because then they cue, in my opinion, the best use of this song that has been used in multiple fucking movies.
Absolutely.
But they cut to Freebird playing.
Yeah.
Because they open the doors and they look inside and the place is clean.
Yep. And then it cuts to Freebird. And both Bruce and me, it's Freebird. You know, the first, like
clean to the point where all the bodies are brought in like stacked.
Yeah.
He re-cleaned shit that he already cleaned.
He cleaned up the crime scene.
Exactly. So not just clean where the bodies are still there, but no folks, it's completely clean. The bodies are lined up perfectly for the, not that, they really any forensics there. It was animatronics. Yeah. But I'm just saying, he cleaned everything.
He did his motherfucking job.
But
I love the fate. Yeah, there was a shot. He sees it's clean, kicks into Freebird. There's Cage. Fucking just walks out. It's pretty much motions again, because we're not gonna say any fucking dialogue. So he just looks at him. Did your shit. I'm fucking alive. Hand me my fucking keys. And he's just like, yeah, all right, there you go. Shit. Yeah, fuck. They didn't even know how to react to it. So he walks in, gets in his car, and here is Liz, who I apparently have been walking the rest of the night because I don't know how far it was, because she fucking took out fucking Mariachi Turtle, and she looks at everything, and then looks at Cage, and just sits in the passenger seat, and they're like, all right,
yep,
we're on our adventure.
Yep. And I will say, side note, Rob Zombie, this is how you use Freebird.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Not Devil's Rejects. This is how you use Freebird.
That wasn't a bad use.
It kind of was.
It wasn't a bad use.
It wasn't a bad use at the time till you know that there is a sequel where they all fucking survive. And then it makes the use of that song.
Maybe I have a bad taste in my mouth because that movie was fucking horrible. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
But I gotta say, no. This was a perfect use.
Yeah.
So good.
Perfect use. And then, I guess, they fucking peel the fuck out.
And you see this moment of where he pops open, we're guessing this is his last soda.
Yeah.
And he's about to fucking take that victory swig. And she looks over and doesn't say anything, but he just yeah, you're in the shit too, and just hands it to her. Yep. And kindly I loves her is the best way. This is his first I love, which is
I love.
He goes, you're cool. And it's not like I'm happy, but okay, you're cool.
You're cool.
But I feel like, so we never forgot her age. Well, I feel like she's definitely older than 18. But maybe,
yeah.
I don't know. But I just think it's because that could also be construed as a creepy ending.
I don't think there was ever sexual tension.
Yeah,
no, there wasn't. There wasn't. I didn't mean. I'm just saying but for stranger comes to town and then leaves with.
Well, everyone's dead.
Let's just say this: our friends are fucking dead. She lives in a shitty trailer in a shitty town, and her only income was her fucking sheriff mom who got sliced in half. Why not fucking?
But no, we didn't talk. Did you mention the Sprite killing Tex and Mechanic?
Well, no, and that's what I was gonna get to. And so and then you get to where they're fucking relieved. They're like, "Holy shit,
they did it!
The curse is done!" And so they're high fiving. Now it was taunting because in the front of Tex's car is those fucking the fucking horns,
steer
horns. And I kept waiting for something to happen with that because they were both directly behind there.
Right.
But nope, they get in the car and they're celebrating, and then you get fucking.
As soon as they were in the car and you had that front shot of the car, it's like, bitches in the back seat.
Yep. She wasn't even in the back seat. She was behind the car, but she gets up and he sees her in the rearview mirror.
Yep.
And then she's like, "All right, bitches," and all that gasoline that the kids had poured on the building prior, fucking all around the car too. Bam.
But that shit
blow the fuck up.
Now is that going to lead to a sequel? Because she's not dead.
Oh, dude, I will welcome any.
You see her get blown away, but you don't see her die. There's no off-screen deaths here.
Is this gonna be like a road movie where she, enlists other animatronics?
Can she summon Satan and just seriously? I don't know. I'm open for it,
dude. I'll take 5 more of these movies.
No shit.
She can go into the dumpster, put them all back together, and some weird.
Now we get Willy'S Wonderland, but with battle damage.
Yeah,
dude.
And they have different arms. Like they got the Croc's arm is on the fucking ostrich.
I didn't know. I'm not a fucking surgeon.
Yeah. But
dude, that's great. Hey, director, please tag him in this so he can hear this as money.
And then, of course, we got the final shot, which is Cage and the girl driving, and the wounded mariachi.
Oh, yeah.
And they just drive right the fuck
he guns it like, fuck you, you're dead.
Yeah,
boom!
He was dead after that. There's no coming back from that.
And then credits.
Yeah, and so good.
We were all just like sitting there like, fuck.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It's not, it's a very basic plot, but it's so much fun. Yeah, like it's just guy who doesn't talk, goes to a place, is supposed to be murdered, kills all the animatronics. But goddamn, there was so much fun in this movie.
Who else could you have got to play that?
Yeah.
I mean, the closest anyone ever got to having that few or no lines was like fucking like Kurt Russell in Soldier.
Yeah, I was thinking like
who had like 15 lines, and most of them were one-word lines. Like no.
Yeah,
not a single fucking word, man.
I mean, I think Robert Englund in the first Nightmare had like 8, 9 lines total.
Still, I mean,
I'm just saying, but you don't see that a lot, even for a lower, intro film to potentially be a series. Like you just don't see no dialogue.
It's perfect for the character. Like even Ryan Gosling in Drive had very few lines.
Very few, yeah.
Oh, his lines were so short, but it was perfect for his character,
But it was perfect for the character. And this character,
A+ movie right there.
It just added to the fact you kept waiting for him to say something. You waited in that last scene while he's in the car
and you have to say
one line, like something.
Something, yeah.
Nothing.
And but you had to have that actor that you could have convincing I fuck, or it doesn't work. And he communicated so much with every stare down, every reaction he had, that he didn't have to say anything.
Well, we already kind of got the proto experience of that with Mandy, because he didn't say much in Mandy.
That is true.
Mandy,
and a lot of the stuff going on. And there was even like a Mandy shot in this when he was like covered in blood and he just
I remember saying
like
that,
crazy.
And you're right. We did get that Mandy. I guess the big difference though is when it got to that point in the movie, he had already been speaking. So it's like knowing he can talk, but he's choosing not to. Versus also, is he gonna talk? Is he really?
The Cage and Mandy, there's that crazed, like he's lost his shit kind of point. At no point
did you think he was crazy?
No, but at no point did he seem out of control.
No.
Everything was calm, cool. I'm ripping this fucking animatronic's head off.
I'm taking my break.
Yeah, there was no screaming and anger as he's pounding. He just, I'm going to destroy you and then have my break. Yeah, what's wrong with this?
No, exactly.
There's something about a static character that can work in a certain kind of movie.
Yeah.
Where the character doesn't go through any kind of like change of heart or any kind of journey or something like that. He was level the whole time. He knew what he was doing. He fucking dealt with the situation at hand. Went and took his break.
Got his fucking car back and fucking left.
Yep.
He fucking left. I mean, that ending was so perfect because it was just that simple. It was literally just like,
it was awesome.
I did what the fuck, the deal I made, I honored that shit, and I'm fucking out. That's what it was.
It was a perfect...
Because they asked him to clean it up. So technically, cleaning the house means getting rid of demons. I mean, he cleaned Willy'S Wonderland. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's two ways if you think about
that. Now that you said that,
yeah,
you said those words.
Yeah,
I gotta say, if he had to have one line in the movie, it would have been
this house
is clean. Yeah, like the fucking midget and Poltergeist.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Oh, dude.
But seriously though, he literally cleaned Willy'S Wonderland and then fuck you, got my car, I'm out.
Yeah, he got that really clean.
It's so simple, but like I think sometimes that gets lost in a lot of, even not Hollywood, but it's lost in the industry period today across Hollywood and across indie films. Is like you can have something simple and it be some of the most amazing shit you could ever see possible.
We just talked about Drive, which again, there's so little dialogue in there, but that movie's fucking badass.
And that movie crushed when that came out. Like Ryan Gosling was still like getting past the dope, and kind of getting more of a leg, more feet under himself. Where we're doing like these kind of off kilter roles.
No, absolutely.
And that movie crushed, dude.
It was great, and that put Nicholas Winding Refn on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd already done Bronson, which was fucking awesome.
Fucking amazing. That if you talk about tip off point there you go. That's Tom Hardy. That's tip off Tom Hardy.
It was.
So there you go. Same thing with that actor. Like I mean, you look at Bronson. He barely talked in that movie.
And of course, we've been talking about Nick Cage the last few years because he's really had a resurgence.
Huge.
For years, he just kind of disappeared into straight to video stuff, and it was like bad.
Left Behind movies.
But
he found his people have appreciated him. They found him.
Figured it out.
It's kind of funny because we did Mom and Dad, and I went into that very sketchy. Honestly, I was more sold on the directors of that movie than Nick Cage, which was the guys that did,
But we had already
Crank.
seen Mandy, and that was the big one that everyone was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's a fucking amazing. And then Color Out of Space, and I mean, like, he's just been crushing it.
And I think, and I say this with like pretty utter certainty that I think we're going to see a Cage resurgence of ultimate magnitude where like he is now being fully appreciated for where he needs to be.
Oh yeah.
Where he needs to be.
He's embraced the crazy.
Yeah.
And people are fucking jumping at the bit to get to him.
Well, at this point, what genre has he not done? Like seriously.
Oh no,
he's done like everything. Yeah.
He's done everything.
So at this point, it's Hilder's choice. It's like, we'll see what happens. Like,
I swear to God, I saw some article somewhere that they were talking about Marvel trying to get him back into the fucking Ghost Rider role.
Really?
I'm like, I'm fine with it. Fuck it.
Wow.
Another chance. Yeah.
I mean,
whatever.
It's so funny as to when they cast him in that first one and where he was in his career when he was in that first Ghost Rider to where he is now. Because, like, that was kind of his last hurrah before he had a lot of direct-to-video stuff and on-demand stuff.
Yeah,
and now he's got this resurgence. And so now they would be coming back going, let's give it another try, because now we can see the potential with movies like Mandy and with movies like this,
What do we get with after Ghost? We got, like, Knowing and, like, all these
shit.
horrible...
Oh, yeah. It just went down.
Bangkok Dangerous. It's
Drive Angry.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
He did a terrible sequel to Bad Lieutenant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, no.
Which, that should have worked, by the way, because it was him. And you know who directed that movie?
I forget.
Herzog.
Really?
Yeah. So that movie should have worked. You had batshit Herzog, and Nick Cage, but no, that movie's fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
So what's crazy is, it's like, how did people forget? I mean, you go from where he was like, Raising Arizona, like, all these fucking movies.
Wild at Heart. Vampire's Kiss.
I'm a vampire. Like, he's just running down the street screaming, I'm a vampire. He runs through the ABCs on his phone screaming at somebody. Come on, Nick Cage
amazing.
He's always had these outlandish outbursts. But
he's also had...
But hold on. You go into the 90s, more late 90s, you get Con Air, you get fucking Face Off, and then in the 2000s, you're like, wait a minute, he doesn't need to have a freak out. And then they start giving him roles. Did you forget who you're casting? What the fuck happened?
But he also has stuff like Adaptation. That
was a good fucking movie, though.
Which is where he just wheeled it way down, and it was perfect for that movie.
For that movie.
And he won an Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas, and he deserved it.
Yep.
That was fucking amazing.
And we're talking about specific roles that he just fit everything that went with that film.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that he's going to work for all this other stuff where he can be low-key.
That's true.
And we saw that. He got all these movies where he's low-key, and they sucked.
Well, I guess you're right. His bankability started to dwindle with some of the bigger duds that he was doing later.
And I think now he's getting a little more selective.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I think some of the directors he's working with, it's not well-known directors. I mean, like you said, the director of this hasn't really done anything of note. And so I think that's the director of Color Out of Space, right? What was the movie he did prior to that? It had been years.
He was out of the game for 20 years.
Yeah, because he had done Hardware, and then he did part of Island of Dr. Moreau.
He did
Hardware, though. Hardware
was awesome. He did Dust Devil. If you haven't seen that, fucking watch it.
Dude, I watched the movie. I couldn't get into that fucking movie, dude.
It's weird.
It was way too... I don't want to use the word artsy. It was just way too trying to be symbolistic for even to get into it. Like I watched about 30 minutes of it. I'm just like, I can't.
Well, I'm just saying
I'll give it another shot, though. If you recommend it, I'll give it another shot. I will try it again.
Where in the 90s and 2000s, he was working with a lot of known directors, a lot of easy properties, stuff like that. Now his resurgence, he's working with, these kind of artful directors, first-time directors, stuff like that, and it's better product.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Panos Cosmatos, who did Mandy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He'd really only done Beyond the Black Rainbow before that,
mm-hmm.
which was fucking awesome, too.
Yeah.
And
so I think that just, Nick, I think for what Cage needs, I mean, I think for now and for probably the rest of his career, because we're not seeing new Cage. We're seeing Cage that was forgotten about.
But he's still got it.
For a certain time period. People forgot that he could do that. That's all we're seeing. And now he's back to what he was doing, and because these directors get it.
Exactly.
That's what we're getting. That's what we're getting now.
We've fallen into such a Cage hole.
But anyway, yeah, sorry.
So one thing I do want to bring up is, we always bring up sometimes what we would do with the double feature here.
Yes.
And I have not fully watched this movie, but I watched the first 40 minutes, and I can already tell this will be a good pairing. The Banana Splits movie. That came out.
That movie's awesome.
I know. That came out last year.
Yep.
And kind of has a similar theme of, hey, these kid-friendly, oh, no, they're going to murder you. And, yeah.
I remember that was a segment you guys did, so if I can bring in my own, good double feature.
Absolutely.
But the Banana Splits movie is fucking awesome. You need to finish that movie. It's goddamn hilarious.
Yeah.
It's an enjoyable movie.
And it's this theme so well.
Yeah.
This kind of goes a little bit off, but it's similar. I'd say Meet the Feebles would be a good pairing.
That's another one, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. And I mentioned that in one of the.
Yeah, we just brought that up, didn't we?
I think I mentioned that in Psycho Gourmet.
Yeah.
Just if you want just bonkers off the fucking wall, non-human characters being a big part of it, Meet the Feebles, dude.
Directed by an Oscar-winning director. I love to say that.
With
early Peter Jackson stuff.
When people just do the work, it's like, I love Lord of the Rings, and something like, have you seen Bad Taste?
Yeah.
And they're like, huh? I'm like, oh.
From Oscar-winning director Peter Jackson.
Speaking of that, they've been talking for 2.5 years
about the redo
of his first 3 movies.
Meet the Feebles, Bad Taste, and fucking Brain Dead. Yep. And
dude.
I'm waiting.
When?
I don't know.
Bring it.
Dude, you could do that during COVID. You could be in a fucking studio booth with a fucking...
What is he doing right now?
I don't know.
Is he trying to make like a Tolkien short story into 8 movies?
He's trying to make the similarity into 20 movies.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to do.
So, do you have any? I know you got it. It's you.
My first thought was my first, and I tried to think of something better, and I don't care. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
There you go.
Oh no, that is good. That is good.
I love.
That's a good one.
All of our themes
I didn't even go there.
Are the safe childhood things that are murdering people? Where I had the Banana Splits gang.
Yeah,
and you had fucking the puppets that are doing all kinds of
the fucked up Muppets basically.
Yeah,
and you got
clowns.
It's a circus and clowns and hey, cotton candy.
And I think all 3 of them are legitimate. Yeah, watch things you think are safe. Fucking murder people. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. Fucking A.
All right, well, let's wrap this motherfucker up. We had so much fun with this movie,
Yeah,
so we went a little long. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to find Beautiful Disasters, check us out on Facebook, Beautiful Disasters Podcast. You can email us directly especially with suggestions. We love suggestions. BeautifulDisastersPodcast@gmail.com. You can find all the shows on the GUI Network at GUIPodcast.com, including the show that the other 2 folks on the other side of this microphone run, which is...
Yeah, that'd be From the Mouths of Madness. Yes, folks, we are stroking each other hard on this particular BD episode, Beautiful Disasters. We are just kind of under the table reaching a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's what friends do. It's what friends do, you know?
And I felt like the movie we did was perfect for both podcasts because it has that horror hit, but it's also Nick Cage killing animatronics.
And when Hunter brought that up to me, and I was like, I already planned on watching it because A, it was Nick Cage, and it was him playing possessed animatronics. That is a horror element all day. And Cage doesn't really go, I mean, we have Mandy and Color by the Space, but his repertoire isn't really, he has not a lot of horror. This is a horror movie. It has the campiness of a slasher film, and it was perfect. You're right. It kind of bridges the 2 podcasts together. And I thought it was a brilliant tap, and I appreciate. Thank you for having me on this episode. I really loved it. Loved the movie. Love talking about it.
Fuck yeah!
I will never get tired of this modern schlock trend right now.
We're promising. I know some people they want us to delve into some of the 70s, 80s, 90s. We're gonna go back. We just have had some fun movies that have come out back to back to back. So, but we can't
help it.
Yeah,
They're too good.
Yeah. There are tons of old stuff to ooze about.
But anybody that's like, oh, I still like, we're gonna still discover stuff like She and movies like that. So we're gonna still have those.
We're gonna do a Giallo episode. We're gonna do a Western episode at some point.
We need to talk about that off air about Giallo because I've had some things.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Yeah. We still have a lot of things to hit on the big checklist of genre flicks.
But we're also, like you're saying, we're also open. You have suggestions, email us, post on our Facebook site. Things that you think would be great for us to cover. And, we have our mini episodes, the schlock abuse. And if you have a movie that is shitty shit, and you think that would be a great schlock abuse for either Grutz or myself, throw it our way.
Fuck yeah. So, all right. I guess all that we got left here is thanks so much for listening. I've been the Grutz.
F.U. Honor.
Lowdown. Peace.
Thanks.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm F.U. Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
embrace the madness.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
GUIPodcast.com